Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the In Between the Stitches podcast. I'm your host, Brady Wilson, with my co-host, Chase Solschwinger.
Nice to be back.
It is nice. So just, kind of quick little, just why there wasn't an episode last week. I know, my parents were like, why there wasn't one? Well, I got sick. I think there was something going around, so, didn't feel that. I might still cough a couple times. I'll try to, do it over here, so that way I'm not coughing right into the mic. That would definitely suck audio-wise, but... Yeah, it just, voice sounded like crap, was coughing, didn't feel like it. Chase couldn't make it up here. It was more me, though, so I don't want to blame Chase. It's all Chase. Actually, it's all Chase's fault.
I'll take the blame for it.
We are here, though. We will be here again next week, and then the next week is the draft. So it's always
exciting.
It's always exciting as a sports fan. And we got the NHL playoffs right around the corner. As usual, we'll start with the Dallas Stars, who...
Fix the format, NHL.
Okay, so I can't remember what we've talked about last time. This is where I kind of missed doing my script.
I think Rantanen was still out, but he was close.
This is where I missed. I maybe I need to bring the script back so I can remember what we've talked about. Okay, so Dallas has clinched a playoff spot. They currently sit 46, 20, and 12, 104 points. Colorado still dominant, 112 points. They have clinched not only a playoff spot, but they've clinched the Central, and I'm pretty sure. Because Carolina is at 106 points with 4 games to play. So that would mean that they can only get to 114. Colorado just has to win 2 of their remaining, 5 games. And they clinched the President's Trophy. Good for them. They've had a great year. It looks like they're going to face Nashville, L.A., San Jose, or Winnipeg. Probably one of those teams. I don't think St. Louis or Seattle has just had a... Remember, Seattle was that second wildcard team for a long time, and then they cratered. Calgary, Chicago, Vancouver have all been eliminated. Over in the East, New York, Toronto, Florida, and New Jersey have all been eliminated. Washington is... But see, this is the thing, is there's a huge gap there where the East is stacked. Okay, and I want to make this a point. The Edmonton Oilers are currently leading the Pacific Division with 90 points. Vegas has 88. Anaheim has 87. Those are the 3 teams in that division winning, right? Over in the East, the wild card teams are Boston with 96 points and Ottawa with 92 points. So Edmonton wouldn't even be in the wild card right now in the East.
Yeah.
In fact, Washington, who's currently 6th for the wild card right now. They've got 3 teams ahead of them, and then the 2 teams in the wild card, right, the Capitals, they're at 89 points. Okay? They would be 2nd in the Pacific Division. But because it's so weird. The West is so top-heavy.
I mean, just the Central, really.
Because Edmonton's got so many defensive issues. Vegas has a much better roster than it's been playing on paper. They've had goalie problems. Anaheim is young and inexperienced. Utah would actually is tied with Vegas, and they're in the Central, so they're kind of getting the short end of the stick. But I actually think my hot take for the playoffs is I think Utah could make the Western Conference Finals.
Sure,
because their path would be the winner of the Pacific Division, which I'm not saying Edmonton's not a good team, but they've had a lot of defensive issues, and they've had some goalie problems. If Utah can just take advantage of that, they could beat Edmonton. And they'd probably face Vegas, because Vegas would probably take care of Anaheim. They could beat Vegas. Vegas is probably a better team, maybe, potentially, but, they could beat them. They're in the Western Conference Finals now, right? And then they're going to get to face
Avalanche, Wild, or Stars.
Whoever comes out of the gauntlet that is called... And poor... right now, it'd be Nashville. And I think as a Stars fan, I'm just hoping Nashville take 2 games from Colorado.
If the Stars... Yeah, right.
Just take 2. Yeah. I don't need you to go to games. Just take 2. Take 2 games for us. Do us a small favor, okay? Because it is guaranteed that we're facing Minnesota. That's been confirmed because they're at 102 points. Utah's at 88 points. You can't make up 14. There's not 7 games to make up the point differential. Right now, it's just can Dallas...
So, tonight's a huge game.
Yeah, because...
Home ice is on the line.
That's just it.
Yeah.
We've made the playoffs. We know who we're facing. So why does tonight matter? Well, tonight matters because we're 2 points ahead of Minnesota. If you don't know, 2 points is 1 win. So really, it's 1 game back, sort of. Hockey's weird. With how they do the overtime losses, you still get a point. Dallas needs to win tonight. If they win tonight and they win 1 more game, they clinch the home ice for the first round for the first
Or
round.
or Minnesota loses one.
I don't think it works like that though, because we have to get points to pull away.
But
I don't think it's as simple as they lose one, because we would have to, because like theoretically,
if they don't get any points, they're not gaining
no.
any
But
traction.
if we win today, we're at 106. They're at 102. We're 4 points ahead of them, right? With 3 games to play. So, and they're at 78 games too. So if they lose one, they can get those 4 points, and we lose out. Even though they lost one, they can tie us, and I don't know what the tiebreaker is. So I'm just saying it's not. I don't think it's completely as simple as that. But simply, we need to win today, and we need to win today in regulation, not overtime. We cannot let them get a point. Minnesota right now is just wanting to go to overtime.
Right.
They're cool with an overtime loss because they still gain a point on us, right? So for us, it's just
Win in
we
regulation.
need to win regulation, and it's a big game. You know, this is going to be your playoff. This is literally a round 1 preview. Like not like saying that like fun. Like no, this is literally who we're going to be facing. So this is a chance to kind of see how you play against this team before you get to the playoffs. Then we have, I think it's New York at home, then in Toronto, then in Buffalo, and then season's over.
You know, I also want to bring up to you, like, you know, I mean, hockey, it's a little harder than in these other sports, but is there something in the back of Golitsyn's mind that's like, maybe I don't want to show them all of our tricks tonight. Obviously, it's an important game that you need to win, so it's kind of like a playoff game,
I don't think.
but you're going to be playing these guys no matter what. And is there something that's like, well, maybe I don't want to bring out this or put out this new line tonight or something like that?
I don't think. I think you're thinking football is too much like. I think you're thinking it's too much like football, where it's like, oh, we don't want to show them this play because we don't want them to see it. Hockey is a lot more fluid. It's more like basketball.
Well, right, yeah.
Like would you say this about a basketball team? Well, we don't want to show them this play. No, you'd be like, no, let's just play them. I think hockey is very similar. You're not worried about how Minnesota. You're more worried about how does my group look against their group. In an environment where if we lose today, our season could not be in more jeopardy. Right. It's a bit of a controlled environment for the Stars to kind of see how they play. Still without Rope Hens, still without Radek Foxa, still without Michael Bunting. I mean, like we're still without. I think there's still without Sam Steele. Like you're missing 4 forwards that are kind of
big
important.
contributors.
You know, especially Rope Hens. Yeah. I mean, like of your big 4, I know he's the 4th guy, but like he's still very, very important. So I'm more looking at this as kind of a litmus test to see how do we look against this team. I do think we'll probably beat Minnesota, and that's not because I'm trying to like be biased. I have a few reasons. Number one, we seem to handle them pretty well, right? Their little brother, right? So it's kind of fun to be on the you know, I feel like sometimes the Rangers are the little brother to the Astros, so it's kind of nice being the older brother for a change in another sport. But I think we'll handle them because I don't think they're as deep as we are. I think they're a lot more top heavy. And, like, yeah, they got Quinn Hughes. Yes, they have Middleton. Yes, they have Brock Faber. Yes, they have Kaprizov. Yes, they have... Like, then Gustafson's a really good goalie. Like, yes, they've got great players. But when you go deeper into their lines, I think our lines look better than their... I think our depth looks better than their depth.
It's valid.
I think that Otter always seems to play well against Minnesota. He just is one of those things where he has
That's where he's from.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he just has their number. And the last thing that I think is important that should be a talking point on every network, which is, do you know who the GM for the Wild is, Chase? You know, like, what do you know who it is? Like who their GM is?
I don't know who it is.
It's Bill Guerin.
I would never guessed it.
Do you know who Bill Guerin is?
No.
He is the GM of Team USA. So you know the guy that left Jason Robertson off of Team USA and kind of pissed him off a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna have a front row seat to this series.
So there's some flair there.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, so I definitely think that Robo's got some. Plus, it's a contract year, but I also think that he's like, you know what? Here's the guy that you want to leave me off the Olympic roster because you don't think I'm as good as some of the other guys. Okay, I'll show you.
Remember that.
Yeah, I'll remember that. You know, I took that personally.
Great quote.
Yeah, you know, so I think that. I think that, look, Stars get a chance to play a great team. I think I've talked about this before. Any chance the Stars get to play a playoff team is always a great test because you want to see what you look like against the best, right? That's the Cowboys have always failed that test, right? We beat up on the bad teams, and that was the Mike McCarthy staple. Oh, we're playing the Commanders or the Giants. Oh, we'll beat the crap out of them. Oh, we're facing the Chiefs. Uh-oh. We're facing the Packers. oh, we're facing the Eagles. We're facing a team we could beat the Eagles, but like they're a division guy.
Right.
But oh, we're facing the team that's gonna go to the playoffs, like us. Oh, that's not good, right? And so we always failed those litmus tests, where it's like we just don't play well in those games. And so the Stars, this is a great chance for us to see how do we play against the team that we're going to be facing in literally 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I want this to be clear, the next time we are on here on the show, season will be over. They play Buffalo next Wednesday, so season's done. So we'll know what's happened. It's just we're in. See, we get to do what I love. This is my favorite part about doing a show is that we get to talk about it. Now we get to go see it,
Right.
and hopefully it goes our way. But very excited, and hopefully.
Look, looking at it all in the big picture, Stars are in the playoffs. We get to root for our team in the playoffs.
Yep.
Is what it is.
It's always fun. It's always fun. As we know, as DFW fans, it's always fun when your team can get in the playoffs. It's not as common. I know, I've had friends that have had to explain to their girlfriend once. Like he was like, she was like, why does it matter? He's like, well, because we might not get back.
Right.
Like we might not get back to the playoffs. Like you don't know, you just don't know what's going to happen next season. You don't know.
It's a big message towards Mavs fans.
Like right
because
now-
following the 2024 finals,
Yeah.
we were
Right
disappointed that we didn't win, but we weren't upset
You were high. You were like,
because you're like, wait a minute, we have Luke and Kyrie for 10 years, and we're going to be back, and we're just going to get better every offseason, and we'll be right back.
yeah.
Didn't work out that way, obviously, and now we're back to square one. So yeah, you never know if you're going to get back. So I 100% agree with that statement.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I read something funny. You just don't know what's going to happen next season. I mean, like right now, I'm 90% sure that Jason Robertson resigns because he's a restricted free agent, right? But what happens if a team is just what happens if I think the Red Wings are a team that's been linked to him? The Detroit's just like, he's our guy. He's who we're going to build our team around. We're going to give up the first round picks. We'll pay him $14 million a year. We're willing to break the bank for this guy, and Robo's willing to leave. Well, I think it's 3 first round picks or something that we'll get from him. It's insane.
It's just more value. That's just more capital for Jim Neal to go out and make a crazy trade
And
with.
that's fair. We'll probably go out and get somebody insane, but we don't know what this is going to look like next year. So anytime you get yes, we've made the playoffs. 5 straight years now?
Yeah.
3 straight years of or 4 straight. I think this is the 5th.
Did they not make it in 22 or 21?
They made it in 20.
Obviously, 20 was in the Stanley Cup.
But then they missed the next year.
They missed the next
and
year.
then they lost to Calgary.
Yeah.
And then because that was the year, remember, Johnny Gaudreau had the game-winning goal against us. And then it was Western Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and now we're here.
Yep.
I am just kind of the belief that you don't know. Yes, we've been to playoffs this 5th straight year, but you don't know what's going to happen next year. Any chance you have to go get a Stanley Cup, you've got to take the opportunity. I think back to 2023, 2024. Rangers win the World Series. Cowboys go to the playoffs. Haven't been back since. Rangers win the World Series. Haven't been back to the playoffs since. Mavs go to the finals. Haven't been back to the finals since.
Different story,
But
yes.
trade Luka. The Stars are the only one that's kind of weathered the storm. But even then, went back, couldn't beat Edmonton again. So again, it's the one team that's kind of weathered it. But you just don't know what's going to happen next year. So anytime you get a chance to go to the playoffs, it's fun.
Yep.
And playoff. This is what being a sports fan is about. This is the reward for watching crappy years, watching bad teams play, bad players. This is the reward, is you get to go to the playoffs and get to watch your team in the dance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of teams not going to the playoffs, I guess, we'll go to the Dallas Mavericks. We had a really interesting discussion right before we turned on the camera that, it felt like that the last game, the Mavs were definitely trying to up the ping pong ball chance.
For sure. Yeah. We mentioned it, but like you said right before, yesterday was if you watch the game, which I don't blame you guys for not watching, but yesterday was the clearest evidence of tanking I've seen from Jason Kidd. Down by 3, clutch situation, 3 minutes left. Your entire bench unit is your third unit's in, and they still almost pulled it out. Honestly, it was a close game. They lost by 5, so the third unit held their own, but. Obviously, Mavs season's over in a couple days, which is good for a lot of reasons. But it's also, a little frightening because a lot of your future relies on this offseason because this is the last year you have your pick for a long time. So we will see. I'm looking forward to it. I remember you mentioning that you were looking forward to the lottery because you actually have something to watch for now. And like last year where it was just like, yeah, we're in it, but what are the odds we really jump up into the top 4?
I was watching.
Nonetheless, the top 1.
I was watching for the conspiracy theory, which is why when it kept going down, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
But nobody mentions that the Spurs just got the number 2 pick. The luckiest franchise in the history of basketball just happens to get the number 2 pick. I mean, but it's always the Mavs. Mavs trade Luka to get the number 1 pick. But no, the Spurs just continue to get in the lottery.
It's rigged. But the flu's still coming in, a little bit.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But yeah, the season's almost over. Some high notes though. This past week, Cooper has emerged on sportsbooks now as the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. The NBA.com ladder, which really doesn't mean anything. It's just one person's opinion. He's still second on.
Yeah.
But the books, Vegas. That's who you got. I think you trust Vegas more than one person's opinion related to the NBA. But the books have shifted in the way of Cooper Flagg winning the Rookie of the Year because in the past week and in the month of April, he's averaging 40 points per game, and he had 51 versus the Magic a week ago. First teenager, to have 50 points.
Yeah.
Then has versus the Lakers the next game, where we'll get into that more in a second. But versus the Lakers has 45 points. So back-to-back games of just absolute dominance and extreme efficiency boosts him up all the way to number 1, back to number 1, back where he's supposed to be, and a place he'd never have left if he never got hurt. But absolute amazing week for Coop, just showing the signs of a true generational talent, a true future great that you hope to continue to build around. And I want to bring this up because this is the last year of it happening, most likely, where people are, obviously tanking.
Yeah. They're definitely trying to. They're definitely. I think it's interesting if you want to go down this discussion for a second.
Well, I was going to give you some of the potential scenarios of what they're going to do to try to fix it.
Because, I was going to say, before you get to that,
sure.
The idea of fixing tanking, you're never going to do it, right? I mean, when you have the only other way to fix tanking is to just say, okay, we're going to make college guys free agents, or we're going to make it to where,
or you take away your pick,
something like that. You're either gonna do something that's gonna keep bad teams bad for a longer time, or you're gonna do something that's gonna only benefit the high market teams. That's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The only way to, I think, fairly do this is the way that we have it, which is there's a draft, the player is told where to go, he gets free agency in a few years, right? Look at LeBron, for example. LeBron would have never picked the Cavs in 2003.
Yeah, he would have. He was from there.
It's
his childhood team.
He wouldn't have picked the Cavs. Okay,
maybe not. Just when it comes to success, but I mean, he's from Akron, Ohio. I mean, that's his team.
I know that, but
that's
they were
his city.
So bad. What I'm saying is that he might not have picked them.
Sure,
but because there's a draft, he has to go there, right? Let's say the Lakers offered him the largest contract in NBA history at the time. Would he have said no? He's 18. No, of course not. Would his agent have said no? His agent would have probably.
His agent would have been a multimillionaire off the spot just from that.
His agent would have was it Rich Paul?
Yeah,
Rich Paul would have killed him.
I don't know if it was Rich Paul at the time, but
he would have thrown a heavy piece of mining equipment at LeBron's head if LeBron had turned that down. That's what I'm saying. Is that the only way to do this? I think, and fans want it to all work perfectly, and because we live in a world that's not perfect, it's not going to work perfectly. I admit that yes, it's frustrating that teams are openly just sucking to try to get a high draft pick to get the lottery. I don't know. You go ahead with your thing. I was just like, it's interesting to think about because fans want it to be fixed. Look at football though. Football, it's kind of hard. It's harder to tank in football.
You can't tank in football else you're going to get hurt.
You might get hurt because you might be going half speed to tank. The other team's going full speed.
Right. You're
going to get hurt. It's not going to be a good thing. But you can build a bad roster and rebuild, right? Tanking to me is different than rebuilding. Tanking to me is more of a nefarious, we are going to intentionally throw games to lose so that we get a high draft pick. To me, rebuilding your team, saying, okay, we're going to commit to a rebuild. We're going to get young players in here. We're going to trade the veterans. We're going to, get higher draft picks, but we're also going to do other things like, call up in baseball, for example. We're going to call up young guys and we're going to see how they look and blah, blah, blah. That's a rebuild. Tanking is more of plus it's harder to tank in baseball because it's 162 games. Like it's really hard to tank in a sport that just has so many games. Like you're going to win 50-something games. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like point is, it's hard to fix tanking. I think I'm curious why you think, real quick, why do you think basketball is dealing with this problem more than other sports? Because it seems to be affecting basketball more than any other sport. Why?
I just think that one player can change a franchise. Football, unless it's a quarterback, one player is not going to fix it.
We've only ever seen tanking in football for quarterbacks, too.
Right. I mean, say the Cowboys hypothetically draft Caleb Downs. And they tank for him. Well, awesome. Caleb Downs is going to fix a lot of your defensive problems, but Caleb Downs isn't single-handedly winning you a Super Bowl.
Probably not.
I mean,
unless he's sort of getting a pick six to win the game.
Unless he has a Tracy Porter moment every single game, then yes. But my point is, you draft a guy like Luka. You build around him with role players and guys that fits how he plays.
Yeah.
To make your team most successful. That is why tanking is more popular. You see a guy like AJ DeBonsa in the draft, and a guy who has a lot of similarities to Cooper Flagg. And just going back to last year to Cooper Flagg, a lot of teams, Mavs weren't necessarily tanking last year. They were just in a terrible spot, obviously. And
thank you, Nico.
Yeah, so it was just a little different. But teams are going to tank for guys like Cooper Flagg because look what we're witnessing. This is a guy that's getting compared to LeBron and Luka in their rookie years. You get a guy like that in the draft, I mean, gosh, your team's going to be successful for the next 20 years. So that's why. And there's only 5 guys on the court. So I think that's why the NBA is more popular. But I want to bring this up to you because I want to know your opinion on these. Shams said yesterday, the NBA Board of Governors will meet on May 28th to vote on anti-tanking draft lottery reform.
Yeah.
The option 1, which I'm about to read, has gained the most momentum according to Shams, which is 18 teams in the lottery, the bottom 10 that missed the play-in, and the 8 that qualify.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Okay.
18 teams in the lottery. Not
18?
14. Not 14. 18. Bottom 10 that missed the play-in, so all the teams that are eliminated, and the 8 that qualify for the play-in. So not the playoff teams. Playoff teams, obviously they wouldn't be in the lottery anyway, but so a lot of similarities, but some play-in teams don't make four play-in teams don't make the playoffs, or even in the play-in. So even if you're a play-in team, 4 of those teams are not in the lottery.
See, this is a problem basketball run into. Too confusing. Why are we doing play-ins and mid-season tournaments and just trying to be soccer?
This one, which I kind of like, but bottom 10 teams each have an 8% chance of moving up in the lottery, whether you're the 10th worst team or the worst team.
Okay.
So
no weighted odds.
Yeah, there's no weighted odds. So it still gives you, even if you're the worst team in the league, you don't have to try to go out there and lose every game. If you're the worst team in the league, you're the worst team in the league. You don't have to bench your players because if you're a bottom 5 team, if you lose 2 games, you might go to the 7th worst team. But guess what? You're still in it.
I want to judge the first one real quick. I like the first one because it means that a team can try to go for the playoffs. If we don't get in the play-in, we lose in the play-in tournament. Cool. We still have a lottery pick. Right. But if instead of we're just trying to
that's why it's getting the most momentum because play-in teams, which a lot of teams are able, are in contention for play-ins. Obviously,
it balances we're trying to go for the play because one reason why the baseball trade deadline has sucked the last 2-3 years because there's so many teams that are still in contention for a wild card spot in July that nobody's willing to sell off their team yet. Everyone's kind of in wait and see mode. It's why you don't see a ton of the blockbuster trades anymore because.
Oh, hold on a second. I just realized this is option 1, I think.
Okay.
18 teams in the lottery, bottom 10 that miss play-in, and the 8 that qualify. But the bottom 10 each have 8% chance of moving up in the lottery. The other 8 teams split 20% odds of moving up. And then all 18 spots drawn as part of the lottery.
Okay.
So that's what this is option 1. Okay.
And I like it because it would... First of all, the play-in tournament's stupid. I'm sorry it is. But, okay, if it's here to stay, then you need to figure out a way to get teams to want to get the play-in tournament, but also not feel like if we go for the play-in tournament and we lose the play-in tournament, now we can't get a good player in the draft because we're screwed, right? I like the balance, but go ahead, continue.
That's it. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying, flattening the odds does nothing but expand tanking. That's what people are saying. A lot of, so there really isn't a way to stop it because it's just going to happen. And I don't know what they're going to do, but they are going to do something. I mean, something will be in play for next year. And you know what? That's fine. Mavs don't have a pick. Tank like crazy this year, This is your last time of having a pick. Tank. Yeah. So there will be, obviously in the next month, there will be more news on what the final verdict will be. But for now, nothing else really with basketball. The Mavs are just, trying to get out of this year. Hopefully land a good pick. And hopefully they just don't drop in the draft. If the Mavs stayed at 6, 7, 8 range, 5 maybe. No, they can't get 5. I don't think it's possible to get 5.
Yeah.
It's either going to be 6, 7, 8 lower, obviously, or a top 4.
So you want top 4, basically.
Well, of course. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
But yeah. I meant like because this year you said there's like 4 top guys.
Well, there's 4 top, but this is a very heavy draft. Like the lottery is very good. There is a good player at the first 14 picks that you'll be able to get to boost your team and help your team for sure. There's a lot of guys that I have on my radar outside the top 4. That
all right, who's your Caleb Downs this year for me? Like this year, because you're a basketball guy, my guy is Caleb Downs. That's my dream. Let's say, what would be your dream pick for them? And don't say number 1.
No, okay? I don't think so.
But like, who's your dream pick? Let's say the Mavs are at 5. Just give me. Humor me.
He won't fall there.
Who's your guy?
Darren Peterson, guard out of Kansas, 6'6". He's more of a 2 guard than a 1. Obviously, with your 1, you have guys like Kyrie. And again, Kyrie's getting older. He's 34, coming off an ACL. He's not going to be there for much longer. But right now, when you're trying to compete, you wouldn't want to necessarily bring your top 5 pick off the bench. So Darren Peterson's a guy that fits right into that 2 spot with a much needed 2 spot. And it's just the best fit for Cooper. Those are 2 guys that are going to be able to work next to each other for years to come, hopefully. And it's not a guy that's taking all the touches or similar play styles away from Coop. So like guys like AJ Debonsa, who is probably the best player in the draft, they're very similar play styles to where it just wouldn't be a good fit for Cooper. You have made it clear that you are building around Coop and that he is a future star in this league. So putting another guy with a lot of similar intangibles next to him doesn't make a lot of sense. So for me, if I'm the Mavs, if I get the number 1 pick again, I'm trading back. You don't have any more. You don't have picks in 27, 28. You have the Lakers pick in 29, but that's not going to be good, obviously. You don't have a pick in 30. In 31, I think you do have your pick, but you basically don't have a pick for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Mavs, you get the number 1 pick again. I'm trading back to 2 or 3, trying to there'll be a team up there that'll be like, I want AJ Debonsa to lead my future. I'll give you a 27 or 28 first round pick and the number 2 pick for Debonsa. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Mavs. I'm getting an extra pick and moving back because a guy like Darren Peterson, a guy like Keaton Wagler, a guy like Darius Acuff, those are better fits than guys like Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson, AJ Debonsa, who are very similar play styles. So for me, though, just capping off, if you hear the Mavs select Darren Peterson, guard out of Kansas, jump for joy.
So that's your guy.
Yes.
That you're like, this is my...
Darren Peterson is the guy that I want the most for the Mavs.
Yeah, I mean, look, tanking has been a big conversation in basketball. I don't plan to watch the finals. I don't really plan to watch much because it's not really a great product right now. Yeah. Sorry, I know it's your sport.
It is what it is, and then it's even worse because last thing, real quickly, the new 65 game rule that they added this year. A player has to play 65 games to be eligible for postseason awards. Well, Cade Cunningham had a collapsed lung, and he just came back last night though. But he's going to be short 1 game, 64 games. He's had an unbelievable season, but you're not going to make him eligible for postseason awards for All NBA for he's not an MVP candidate. He's not going to be an MVP, but he's not going to have the opportunity to be an MVP or first team All NBA. And then Luka, who's out for the year with a hamstring injury, he's played 64 games. He missed 2 games because of the birth of his child, so he's appealing for that because that's like something you could appeal for and still be eligible. But Luka might not be able to get, he's not going to win MVP unfortunately anymore. But if Luka doesn't get an All NBA team, you know how bad that looks on your league. Just a guy that led the league in scoring, who was just absolutely dominant, the typical Luka you expect every year. But he missed one. He had a birth of his child, so he missed 2 games, which doesn't make him eligible for postseason awards. Doesn't make sense. So that will be something I think will be changed as well in the future. But I think just there's a lot of mess going on right now with the NBA.
It's a mess.
And things that don't need to be a mess, the things that can be fixed, and things that can be adjusted.
I think they've tried to like really branch off. I think that baseball has really kind of, I think, tried to market themselves as like, hey, especially like each team, hey, come to the ballpark. We're gonna. It's a party that has a baseball game attached to it, which is an interesting strategy. That's I think actually kind of working for them right now. Football will always be football. It'll always be king. It's just it's the sport. It's been that way since the 70s. Okay, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Even though the league's getting sued, even though the league's getting in trouble right now with the freaking government, because have you seen this?
The NFL?
Yeah, the federal government's basically saying, "Hey, you're not. We don't think you're making games as accessible to fans as you should be." The government is actually doing something that we actually might. Hey, they're actually doing their jobs. They're holding a company accountable. Chase, can you imagine that? Wow,
I have not seen that.
it's insane. Anyway,
But yeah, I just started going off on a little bit of a tangent with that. I just had to bring that up because it's just like, imagine Luka not making an All NBA team. Because,
yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it's just.
but that's what I'm saying is like for the league, like hockey's really taking advantage of like the amount of TV shows and books that are out about this that involve the sport, and the NHL is really trying to like market their sports like, hey, we're here and we're trying to take that share away from the NBA. I mean, right now the NBA is the 4th best of the big 4. It's the 4th best product. I'd probably say that the NFL probably has. It's for me, baseball and football always be tied, but hockey's. I mean, like, is soaring past basketball right now in terms of how good the play is, how good the players are. The players, it's about the same, I think, maybe in terms of like star power. But you look at hockey and just, I think, how electric the sport is. You think, okay, if you watch the Olympics were just absolutely phenomenal. You had the 4 nations last year. They're really trying to get people into the sport, casual fans more into the sport, which is great. And I don't think the NBA is really doing that right now. I don't think the NBA is trying to go for the casual fan. I don't know what the NBA is trying to do. They have a problem with tanking. They have a problem with how teams are, basically acquiring players. But they have an on-the-court problem. Watching a hockey game, for the most part, I feel like the refs get a decent amount right? I think the MLB is, I think, leading the charge in terms of how well they're trying to fix potential umpiring.
It's
problems.
awesome. Yeah.
I mean, the ABS has been awesome. I think that baseball's doing a great job of blending the human element with getting, computer help, robotic help. But you look at the MLB, I think it's a pretty good product with the pitch clock and the ABS and trying to, giving the bigger bases and limiting, how many times you can do how many times you can pick off. And I think that they've made the game faster. I think they've made the game a lot more appealing to casual fans, at least going to games. The problem is right now there's an affordability crisis in America. So I can't really hold affordability as a problem that the MLB has because the country has that problem. So it's not really an MLB thing. And football, I think, kind of is on the belief that they'll always be king. I mean, the NFL does a primetime special for the freaking schedule release. Like, come on, this is a sport that is pretty dominant. But, I think that the NBA, the on-court product, it sucks. It's not fun watching 100 free throws a night. I know it's hyperbole. I know. I'm just like, it's not fun watching, Shea go up, make himself fall down, and then go shoot 2 free throws. That's not fun. And seeing you can't play defense in basketball anymore. You can't. Like, you can't.
In playoffs, you can, but
you like that. Fine.
Which
Okay.
is, but again, they added added challenges a couple years ago, a few years ago. I mean,
it's the product is, when we were growing up, it was everyone wants to shoot threes, and so yes, it was changed from the fast, fluid of like the 90s, 2000s, but it was still exciting because man, we're just chucking up shots, and it's exciting. Now I don't know what's the identity of the sport right now, right? Football, it's the passing game, but now we're kind of shifting more towards the run game, right? and defenses are kind of becoming more dominant now. Baseball is still in the home run craze. It will always be in the home run craze. Hockey, I feel like, does have a bit of an identity in terms of some teams. It more has like a team identity rather than a league identity, because they allow guys to hit and, whatever. But basketball, what's the identity? Flopping?
No, I would say
Taking fouls?
no. I mean, look, obviously it's a part of the game and it's a skill to be able to get yourself to the free throw line. But I think scoring for sure, because the talent in the league right now is at a level that
high.
we've never seen. I mean, there are so many good players, and the top of the best of the best is just so much fun to watch.
But I think also another part of it that we're not thinking about is the load management stuff. In every
Yeah,
other sport, that idea is pretty ludicrous. The idea of load management. Well, load management in baseball is Jacob deGrom throws 80 pitches, not 100 pitches. So you still get to see Jacob deGrom, but just they might not let him go out there for an extra inning right now.
Right. So you'd like to see, if it's a back-to-back and they're load managing Luka, for example.
But that's stupid.
Well, no, but I'm saying like what you'd like to see is instead of him just sitting out the entire game,
Play a half.
play 20 minutes. Yeah, but I mean, it's just a little different. Uh, I
don't want to sound like a boomer yelling at clouds here, but it's softer.
It's just
You don't
if you're going to play your guy, I mean, you're trying to. I mean, you just want the best possible way to win the game or to win in a championship. And if it requires giving Luka extra rest on a back-to-back,
But my argument against that is baseball has 162 games.
right? But the exertion is nowhere near as close.
But it's 162 games. It's almost double what the NBA is playing. Like by what? It's off by 2 games.
One.
One.
It was 82 games.
NBA plays 82.
Yeah.
Right. So that'd be 164. Right.
Oh, 2 games. Yeah.
So 2 games. It's off by 2 games. Like, I don't like it. No offense. I don't like it when people go, oh, baseball players. They'll like, dude, playing 9. Like, you're playing 162 times.
Sure.
Very physically demanding.
But there's a lot of times where if you're at second base, you might not get a ball hits you all game, and you go
Might not.
0 for 4, and you take 3 swings all game, and that's it.
But I'm just saying,
I mean-
getting your body ready to play it. You still got to get your body ready to play the game.
For sure.
Like, I'm just saying that the NBA players' argument is we play 82 games. We need to lower the schedule. Okay, look at hockey. You don't see load management in that sport, and that sport is way more physically demanding than your sport.
For sure.
You don't see load management in football, and they're trying to up that schedule. So why are you needing load management? Your sport is not a contact sport. At least it's not anymore. It used to be, right? In the 90s, load management, that makes sense. You're facing the Detroit Pistons, and they're kicking your butt. But now, sorry, I have like a piece of hair in my eye. It's
No, I 100% get where you're coming from. For
But
sure.
It's what are you load management from? Because your calf, like, okay, it's frustrating because if a guy's hurt, a guy's hurt. But well, he's not playing tonight because he doesn't feel like it. What? Imagine if imagine if it was announced today that Kamar Rocker's not going to pitch tomorrow because he doesn't feel like it. People would go, what is this crap? Imagine if Dak Prescott wakes up, says, "Man, I don't really feel like playing today. We're 4-1. We're playing the Jets. I'll sit out a game." No, everyone would. Plus, it's Dak, but everyone would lose their minds. Imagine if Miko Rantanen said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna." Like, yes, Gully is trying to manage right now, but it's just because we are really injured and we're trying to shuffle that. But a team that's fully healthy, you don't see Connor McDavid sitting out a game because, well, load management. You might sit him out because, hey, he's hurt something in his knee and he's going to sit out a game just to rest it. But, like, it's just, anyway,
I mean,
we've spent too much time. But
yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of just guys sitting out because your team wants to sit them out. The only really things you're seeing that is with people with age and people that have had injury history. Ooh, nice.
Anyway, moving to baseball, because baseball's happening. We didn't talk about it last week because I got sick. But, opening day, the Rangers, what are we right now?
7-5, I think.
7-5? Yeah, we're playing pretty good baseball right now. The offense is coming alive. It's a lot better than last year's. The pitching is dominant. I mean, Mackenzie Gore looks phenomenal. DeGrom and Evo finally had a good start, so it's good for him. Leiter looked fantastic. Rocker
Outside of the
looked
first
fine.
inning. Outside of the first
Looked
inning, looked fine. Yeah.
Still has a problem with nibbling, and he's facing too many 2-0, 3-0 counts. Right, he needs to get that more down. But look, we face the Dodgers tomorrow in LA, so you get to go face the defending champs.
Take one. I'll be happy.
I'd like to take 2. And then you get the Athletics for 4 games next week. So from Monday through Thursday next week is all A's. And then you got Seattle again in Seattle. So this West Coast road trip. Yay. Let's see. Here are the start times. 9:10, 8:10, and then a 3:10, but then 8:40, 8:40, 8:40. All the freaking late, the late starts get a little annoying. Yeah. You come back, we close out the month, Pittsburgh at home, then the Athletics at home, and then New York Yankees at home. And that closes out the month of April as the last day of the month is, the 30th. It's an off day for us. So then it's Detroit. And then actually, what is with this and playing the same teams really quickly? We just faced Seattle. We're going to go play 7 games and then Seattle again. And then we face the A's right after the Dodgers, right before that, right? Mm-hmm. Then we go face Seattle again, Pittsburgh, then the A's again. And right after the A's, we face the Yankees. After the Yankees, we go to Detroit, then we face the Yankees again. What is this? This is crap. We're just facing this. In May, we face Houston, then Colorado Angels, Houston, and then Kansas City. Okay, then we're fine. But then Kansas City, and then 2 teams, and then Kansas City again.
It is what it is.
This is insane how many times we're playing a team. What is this? This is the funkiest thing ever. We're facing the same teams over and over. We'll get to know them pretty good, I guess. But Brennan Nimmo looks amazing, by the way. He's hitting 370. I mean, it's obviously not sustainable, but hey, I'll take it for right now. People are a little worried about Langford right now. I'm not. It's April. It's April 8th or April 9th. We're fine. Yeah, I've liked how the team looks so far. Jock has had some really good. Jock's had great at bats.
I texted you before he had some good at bats, and I was just
crazy is do you realize who the Rangers' leader in average exit velo is? It's Jock Peterson
for sure.
So he's hitting the ball hard. He's having good at bats. It's just he's not having great results, and that's unfortunate luck. And Josh Smith having bad luck right now. Josh Smith had a home run robbed of him. He's finally it looks like, hey, maybe he might have a slump buster.
Had 2. He went 2 for 3. Yeah,
it goes over the fence, and then Rob Refsnyder, X-Ranger, great. Can't see my hand, but catches it.
Yeah,
so,
great play.
Unfortunate. In fact, they asked him after the game, and Josh was like, "Yeah, I wanted to cry." Josh was like, "This is sorry." Josh was like, "This is crap." But I think we're playing pretty good.
I do. I can't be disappointed in the way that they played. I'm disappointed in the Red Series. That was a very, very bad offensive series.
That's the one thing I told my dad. I'm like, God help us if we have to face the Reds in the World Series, because for some reason they beat us every year.
Yeah, I texted our group chat that too. Every time we play the Reds, we just don't score runs. But I can't be disappointed in the way they started. It's early. They're leading the They lead the AL West. Can we stop the season now? What is that? Yeah.
The Cowboys put out a thing on their Twitter account,
Pickens.
and it says time to lock in, y'all. It says 2 weeks out. It's got a TV, 2 first-round picks, and it's the Pickens, the meme.
When he's drafted to Pittsburgh, and he's just like, yeah, I'm ready. But no, I can't be mad at the Rangers. I'm waiting for Langford to
break out. His little slump.
I mean, this is the year, in my opinion. He's shown it. His rookie year was his rookie year. Second year was okay, let's, we saw a little bit more, but again, the entire Rangers offense was horrendous. So this is the year where I want to see some improvement. Obviously, it's early, so there's no worries yet about anything. But I would like to see Langford improve, and I'd like to see a contract done this year. But again, if there's no improvement, I don't want to see a contract done. But yeah, health is important. I know DeGrom, we're waiting for news on that, which might not be good. Carter, staying healthy, playing fine. That's about it for me. We'll see. I think they need to make a move offensively.
Yeah. Maybe. Right now it's just, where do you play them?
I don't think this offense is, obviously you want to look at the biggest picture with the World Series. I don't think this offense is a World Series winning offense.
But better than last year's.
Yeah, better than last year's, that's for sure.
Hard to get worse. And the bullpen's actually been playing great. It's just, again.
Yeah, the Jacob Junis signing, I liked it at the time because I was like, yeah, he was really good in Cleveland, and he's emerged as our closer.
You just, obviously, you'd like to have a guy there, but right now, getting that guy is going to be tough because, okay, Chase, I'm going to do something my dad with me. How many bona fide ace closers do you think there are in baseball? So it's just off the top of your head. You don't have to name them, just how many do you think there are?
Well, I can name him. I can go Edwin Diaz, Mason Miller.
Bednar?
No. Don't like Bednar.
Costa. Oh wait. Who else?
I mean, 2 for sure.
Helsley.
Had a really bad year last year, but yeah.
Do you think there's 10?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that means there's not even enough to go around for a third of the MLB.
Oh, Chapman. Chapman's one.
What I'm saying is though, so getting that bona fide ace closer is not easy. It's not as simple as, just go get a guy. But it's not easy because there maybe 10 or 12 bona fide like shutdown closers. Maybe 10 or 12. That means maybe a third of the teams in the league have one. And like I remember last year the Yankees had Duvall and Bednar. So they had 2 guys that I would have considered probably in that kind of almost category.
And Devin Williams.
And Devin Williams, they had 3. So like I knew there was a third, I couldn't remember his name. So that's like there's not enough to go around. So the Rangers just kind of make do with what they have. I do think that our closer is probably going to be Emiliano Teodo. But
That's hilarious.
What?
They have just showed ABS challenges so far.
Oh yeah, I saw that graphic. Yeah, where it's like there's like one.
Rangers haven't done 12.
We haven't. We have. We just have done a lot.
12 is the most. Is that what we've done?
We're near the bottom.
We are the last. We are last by Twins at the very top at 42. Marlins in second at 31. Everybody else kind of went the 20 to 29 range. Rangers all the way down to 12. I will say though about that. Here, if you want to look over this real quickly.
I want to look at the comments.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Twins doing too much.
I do think the Rangers should utilize the ABS a little bit more because there have been a lot of situations where I feel like they should use them in leverage situations and they're just not using them. So
I'm just looking at your. I'm just looking at the Twitter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. I'm like, whoa. Anyway.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
You see what I'm talking?
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal it because it's really funny. But anyway.
But John Polakita's basketball performance highlights.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I saw a
There
name.
we go.
Like, anyway. Yeah, we're playing well, and I'm excited to see if we can continue playing like this. The Dodgers are a great test. What?
Just this tweet.
Going from Micah Parsons to Marcus Orange.
Just a guy getting a full haircut.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
I think this guy's happy. He's saying he's going from this.
No, he's not happy, Chase.
Oh, he's not?
He's going from like a nice like long beard to like where like his chin comes out to like here. He looks like Quagmire.
Oh.
He's saying he's not happy with that. Anyway, I'm excited for you're distracting me. I'm excited. We did get new jerseys. I like them a lot actually.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them yet.
I like the Tejas.
I like the block is back.
Look, my favorite color is red. Okay, like I mean, come on, this is so for me. I'm a little biased because my favorite color. So of course I'm a little more into it than maybe some other people. But now we're gonna move to football, where really isn't much happening.
But we do have a special day today.
I have been doing player evaluations. I do have.
Wow, look at you!
I do have all the guys on the list that I'm supposed to watch, and it's still a very long list. So we're ripping through those right now. Currently sit 19.
Did you ever add any more first? 19
first round grades. I don't see. Okay, I could see Colton Hood. I could see Chris Johnson, 2 corners, one from Johnson from San Diego State, Hood from Tennessee. I could see one of them maybe slipping in as a first round grade for me. I don't see any other tackles. I don't see Lomu or Dunker or Markel Bell or.
But you had Fano at 1?
Spencer Fano?
Yeah, you had him at a 1. As a
Yeah,
1?
I had him at 1 yet. Yes.
Why did you want him then?
I don't see. I also think that for the first time in my life, I'm saying this. Their O-line scheme is weird. They didn't ask him to punch guys. They just asked him to get in the way, which is very weird. The NFL I've never seen a scheme like that.
Okay.
Linebacker, I don't see any first-round linebackers. I see Colton Hood, D'Angelo Pons, and Chris Johnson being potential first-round grades for me. Outside of those guys, no more corners. Unless I fall in love with A.J. Halsey or Kamari Ramsey or Zakee Wheatley, I just don't see...
I do like Zakee Wheatley and Kamari Ramsey. I do like them.
I don't see any of those guys getting into... So I could see myself ending up with maybe 22 first-round grades. Cool. But I maybe one
C.J.
more.
Allen is a 2.
He's a 2,
Okay.
yes. I have him at 34 on the board.
Interesting. He'll be a first-round pick.
Well, remember that, like... Again, 19 first-round grades, Chase.
Right, no, it's your opinion.
And some of those grades might not even get in the first round. So, like, you know what I mean? Yep. Like, it's not as simple as what am I saying? It's not as you're 32 first-round grades. Well, of course not. If you look at here are the second-round players' grades that are from 20 to 32. It's Cassius Howell, Caden Proctor, Peter Woods, Vega Ione, Kenyon Sadiq, R. Mason Thomas, Casey Concepcion, Keldrick Falk, Christian Miller, TJ Parker, Jacob Rodriguez, Omar Cooper, and Max Ionacher. Those are like the guys going to the and then past them is 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So
All right.
those guys. So like I'm very excited about the draft. Excited to keep ripping through them. But now we got a mock 3.0.
Mock 3.
We were probably going to do it last week, but have a show last week, so we're doing it this week.
So you'll just get mock 4.
Wait, in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah, so it's a little close together, but that's fine. We're gonna kind of rip through this because we're already at 50 minutes, and I want to keep this to about 10-minute segment. So we're just gonna kind of rip through them. First round overall, Fernando Mendoza. Second overall,
Mendoza, yeah.
David Bailey. I think there's a lot of noise. Jets going Bailey. I think it feels like I'm gonna pull a Seth Harrison here. It's a very Jet move. Just you know what I mean.
Okay.
So anyway, you go.
Well, unlike you, I have them, going Arbel Reese.
And I have Reese, actually not next. I have Francis Mauigoa going 3 to the Cardinals.
I have Mauigoa at 3 to the Cardinals as well.
Even though they have yet to visit with any of the first-round tackles.
Cards?
Yep. They have not had a 30 visit with Mauigoa, with Fano, with Freeling.
Maybe they keep it in the... Do you have to say that you're doing that?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you do it.
I think you
Don't
have
say that.
to,
Why not?
no.
Maybe they'll just...
Teams will... Insiders will know. Agents will leak that to the insiders. At 4, I have Arvell Reese to the Titans. I think he falls a little bit there, but...
I got Jeremiah Love to the Titans.
Remember, this is my last shoot from the hip.
Right, the same thing.
Mock.
Same with me. I want to make this clear. I have one trade in this mock as well. I think there's going to be more than one trade for sure.
Oh, I never do trades. But
I don't do trades either. I
I've
did
made
one.
myself clear on that one from, I think, since 8 years ago when I started doing this. I've never done trades because I don't like doing them. This is my last shoot from the hip. What I mean by that is I don't really look at who is the team met with. Who are they really where's the wind blowing on each
That'll
team?
be in 2 weeks.
Because that takes a lot of research.
Yeah.
I don't, I did this today, so I didn't really have time to, do the research I wanted. Yeah. So this is still kind of what's my gut feeling say? And then, of course, I look at all 4 on draft day and kind of like, okay, well, in each mock, I had each of these guys going. So you had Jeremiah Love. Okay, 5 Giants, Carnell Tate.
5 Giants, Sonny Styles.
I don't think I've really changed with Carnell Tate there at 5. At 6, the Browns. I know this is where if I had a trade, I'd probably have one here with the Cowboys moving 12 and 20 for 6 and 39. But here I have them going Monroe Freeling, tackle from Georgia.
And I do have the Cowboys in my draft moving up to 6 here for 12
4
and 20. With Bailey on the board for me, with Bain on the board for me, Delane on the board for me. I have them going Caleb Downs at 6. Because it would just be...
Because I would stab you in the neck if you had anybody else.
It would be amazing. I have them going, Caleb Downs at 6 to the Cowboys. And the Browns will now have 12 and 20.
Yeah. 7, Commanders, Jeremiah Love. I think they just need offensive firepower, and he's there.
David Bailey.
8, Saints, Mekhi Lemon.
Carnell Tate. So we're on the same...
Offensive firepower.
Yeah, same wavelength there.
What is it? Right church, different pew.
Yep.
At 9, I think this is kind of one that I'm probably going to be on my final mock. I think they've met with him. I think the wind's blowing. I think that Spags runs a very similar scheme defensively. I think Jermod McCoy slides in at 9 to the Chiefs.
All right. Well, again, same thing. I got Mansour Delane.
Yeah. Oh, I figured out it is Mansour.
I got Mansour Delane.
I'm not criticizing.
No. I've heard multiple pronunciations. Yeah.
I always go off of what Dane Brugger, which finally he released the Beast, which is the most comprehensive draft guide out there. I mean, the dude will be like, his uncle played for the Detroit Tigers. Okay, so by the way, I don't know if my dad's watching, but Mekhi Lemon is his grand uncle is the old MLB All-Star Shet Lemon.
Oh.
Who played for the Tigers. It's really funny that and he knows that. He'll talk about it. It's insane how much research this guy does for the draft. But I always look at his pronunciations are the ones that I use, and his is Mansour.
I think it is Mansour, yeah. So, but I have Mansour Delane at 9.
All right.
Whoa. Bengals.
Sorry, the video's skipping. I can see how it's like.
Let's see if it's. Oh, there we go.
Anyway.
Okay.
At 10, I have Sonny Styles to the Bengals. I think they need linebacker help. He's there.
I got Ruben Bain.
At 11, and I think they've signed too many safeties to go down here.
Yeah.
At 11, I'm still sticking with it. Miami Dolphins rip my heart out, and I want to cry. Live on the draft show, they go Caleb Downs.
If Downs is there at 11, they better trade up.
The safety from Ohio State, my favorite player in the draft, the best player in the draft. I don't think I've ever had my number 1 player on the board be a pet cat, but I do. I've said everything that needs to be said about Caleb Downs.
No. For me, I got them going Mekhi Lemon. Obviously, need a receiver now. So
It's funny because my comp for him is Jalen Waddle.
yeah, which is why that's why I have him going.
Yeah, at 12, Reuben Bain, Delane, they're there. I go Bain. I lean edge here for the Cowboys simply because they've signed Darion Kendrick, they signed Kobe Durant, they signed a bunch of safeties. I don't think.
So you think a secondary player would be in round 2? Or
I doubt. I think that right now, my prediction for Dallas is edge, linebacker, or defensive tackle. One of those three. And by defensive tackle, I mean Peter Woods.
And then Malik Muhammad at 92.
And then Malik Muhammad at 92.
Okay. For me, or are you going, or do you want me to go to 12?
You can go at 12.
Okay. For 12, now the Browns pick. I had them going Monroe Freeling. So you had them going at 6. So I still have Freeling going to the Browns.
If they're able to trade down, get an extra first-round pick, and still get their guy, that's a good bit of business for them. At 13, the Rams, they kind of need some outside help. They lost Kobe Durant. I think Darren Kendrick was also on their team too, I think. So then they lost 2 corners to us. So I got Mansour Delane. He's there. They go him.
They have a pretty gnarly secondary because I don't remember they traded for Trent McDuffie.
I know. But, they're still, it
doesn't hurt.
You compare a young guy with the guy you
It does
traded
not
for.
hurt, but I have them going offensive side of the ball. I have them going Spencer Fano at 13.
Yeah. This is probably one that I'm going to keep for the next one, too. It's Vega Ione to 14 to the Ravens.
Same here. I got Vega Ione.
They lost Falele, which is, as my dad would say, they lost Daniel Falele, eliminating a big hole they had at right guard. So they go with the other new right guard. 15, the Bucks. They've lost a lot of receivers, and Jordan Tyson is there on the board for them. So
I got them going Kenyon Sadiq.
I think that's kind of the collective landing spot everyone has for him.
Yeah.
I have him going a few spots later, though. Keldrick Falk, 16 Jets. I think it's, again, a very Jets pick. I think that they go back-to-back edge. Just, look, I know that they're looking to trade Jermaine. They haven't traded him yet, but I know that Jermaine Johnson requested a trade. Did they trade him?
I thought they traded him for T'Vondre Sweat.
I think they did. Yeah, they did. So they have no edges right now.
Yeah.
None. So I think they go 2, but I also think that Falk could play 3 techniques. So I think they just go, I think they double dip at edge because it's where I think they're going to have the board.
I have them going Arvar Reese at 2, just because I know you have them going Bailey, so I think Reese could obviously play at edge as well. But this is a pick that I'm not changing. This is a pick where I'm trying to snipe here.
He's confident.
At 16, I have the Jets going Omar Cooper Jr.
Okay.
At 16.
That's such a Jets pick.
I think they have said that they are super high on him.
Yeah.
They have come out and said that. Insiders have said that. Even the Jets posted in a mock draft. They posted on Twitter their mocks. They had Arvar Reese at 2, Omar Cooper at 16.
Yeah. Look, this is
receiver is a position of need. I think this is where they go.
17. I have the the Lions. They lost Decker, right? So they need a tackle. Spencer Fano's there. I think that it just makes too much sense for them.
I like it. I have them going defense because defense needs a lot of help. I have them going CJ Allen.
Yeah. I have back-to-back Ducks going here. I have 18, the Vikings, Dylan Thieneman. I think he's the Harrison Smith,
I'm not changing that pick either.
the heir apparent. My player comp for Dylan Thieneman is Harrison Smith. So I think that they just kind of want to get someone younger there. And then at 19, I know you haven't gone yet, but I had back-to-back Ducks.
Go ahead.
I have Sadiq at 19 to the Panthers, giving Bryce Young a dynamic weapon to throw the ball to.
Yeah, and again, I'm not changing that pick either. 18 to the Vikings, I have Thieneman as well. Yeah. And then 19 to the Panthers, I have them going Mesidor.
Yeah. 20, the Cowboys, because they're still there for me. I think they go get their Mike, and they go a little off the board. I'd be perfectly happy with it, though,
Anthony
at 20.
Hill.
They go linebacker from Texas
Okay.
Tech.
Oh, no. They go Jacob Rodriguez.
Rodriguez at 20.
You trolled me there with the Texas. you hesitated on the Tech.
Yeah, I did. I was just going to... no, not Anthony.
I'd be happy with Anthony Hill at 22.
He's actually one I haven't watched yet, so I'm...
Hill?
Yeah, I'll get to him. You go, 20?
20, again,
Browns.
The Browns for me. And I think the Browns just absolutely dominate this draft. They go Jordan Tyson at 20 for me.
God, that would be just... They'd be raining parade.
Wait till you hear who I have at 20, who I have it for them at 24.
21, Steelers.
God, they need everything.
Take the heir apparent. They re-sign Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
But they take the heir apparent, Ty Simpson, the quarterback from Bama. I'm not high on Ty Simpson. I want to make that perfectly clear that I am not high on Ty Simpson. I have a high third-round grade on him, which for a quarterback is you draft him day 2, develop him. It's like right where Darius Mills was. Like, yeah, take him. Maybe he turns into something for you. But I think the Steelers are going to be stupid, and I think they're going to do a stupid thing, and I think they go Ty Simpson.
When they have Will Howard, too.
I know.
Why not give Will Howard a chance,
But
No, I agree with
McCarthy
you.
didn't draft Will Howard.
I agree with what you're saying. I just think give him a chance. But again, for me, the Steelers since need so much, I have them going Caden Proctor, just a safe pick.
And I have Proctor going 22 to the Chargers. They need offensive line. Proctor's a guy that I've talked about at length. I don't know about on here, but I worry about speed rushers getting under his arms. He's 33-inch arms, not long arms for a guy that's his size. And I'm actually
going to go to guard.
But then I'm worried about him at guard because he's 6'6". So now can your quarterback see over him?
Yeah.
Right. You really want to put someone that big at guard.
Well, if you put him with the Chargers where you have him, your quarterback can see over him.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Proctor's a really good fit for the Chargers. There.
Nice. I mean, I have them going Emmanuel Pregnon, so we're there.
23, the Eagles. They might trade AJ Brown. They might not trade AJ Brown. They don't really have anyone outside of Brown and Smith. I think like the next guy on the roster is like Johnny Wilson. It's like they need someone. They need another threat out there. So I have Omar Cooper.
Okay. I don't like this pick right now because this is someone I've talked about for a long time, and I would hate it to see if Philly gets him.
Oh, you're gonna go EMW.
I got EMW. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, 23 to the Eagles.
24, Browns, Denzel Boston. They get their receiver here, deep threat for whoever's gonna be their quarterback of the future.
And because of the concerns, I have Jermod McCoy at 24 to the Browns. When the Browns have Monroe Freeling, Jordan Tyson, and Jermod McCoy in the first round.
So you're projecting.
I'm projecting the Browns to win the draft.
Hold on. That would mean they get 3 first-round grades from me, which would be insane. They only have 19, but that means they get my. Hold on, they got who? So who they get? They got McCoy.
Freeling.
So McCoy's my 9th ranked player.
Yeah.
Tyson's my 11th ranked player, and Freeling's my 19th ranked player.
But again, I'm probably overthinking. This will not be temporary. This will not be permanent because it is the Browns, and I'm giving the Browns way too much credit.
That would be ridiculous.
But that's what's on the board for me.
Anyway.
25.
25 Bears, Akeem Mesidor. He really fits Dennis Allen, what he likes to do as an edge rusher. They need pass rush help, and I think Mesidor, they need pass rush help now. I don't think they're worried about where he's going to be in 5 years. I think they need it now, and I think he is a win-now type of player.
I got Keldrick Folk.
26, the Bills, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I think that Jim Leonard's going to bring that Denver scheme. I think that he's going to need a safety there. I think that Jordan Poyer's not there anymore, is he? Is he retired?
He might be there, but he's not the same player he was.
They need a safety.
Yeah.
I think McNeil Warren fits perfectly in that Buffalo style.
I love it. I got them going Caden McDonald.
Yeah. 27, Niners, Casey Concepcion. They need a receiver, and I think he's the next logical guy on the board.
I got them going Blake Miller. Trent Williams is obviously out the door.
I mean, look, as a Cowboys fan, I love that for the Niners. Please go Blake Miller. I have a 3rd round grade on him.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, I got them going Miller there.
Here's my kind of off the board pick. I've heard this name come up a couple of times. It's the only guy that's on this top 30, this 32 that I actually haven't watched yet. He's on the list. I've heard his name as like a guy that could creep into the back end of the first round. And I'm looking at the back end of the first round. I'm like, okay, who fits for this guy? Because who's not dumb enough. I don't want to say it like that because I love this guy. Because I watch enough of his team's games to know that I like him.
Who's risky enough, you could say.
Who's bold enough?
Sure, bold.
To go kind of off the board. So I have the Houston Texans going guard, Keelan Rutledge.
Wow.
From Georgia Tech. They go over Pregnon, over Basantis from A&M. I don't know where I'm going to have Rutledge, but I know I love the way Georgia Tech plays their offensive line. And so I know I like him already. But I think the Texans are the type of team to go off the board with offensive line. And so I think that's look, I don't know if I'm going to have him there next week or 2 weeks, but if on draft day that's where they go, I'm going to pull this up.
There you go.
I sniped it.
All right. For me, I have the Texans going O-line. As funny as it is, the Texans just don't really need much.
They don't need their first 5 picks should be all offensive players because their defense is perfect.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
I have them going Max. How do you pronounce it? Ahenakor?
Ionacher.
So I have them going Max Ionacher at 28.
I believe that's how you pronounce it. I believe that's how I said you pronounce it. Chiefs, they need edge help. TJ Parker. They addressed corner earlier, so they go edge here.
I have them going Denzel Boston here.
Yeah.
I have them going receiver.
And see, that receiver was who I wanted to go for them, but I mean, Concepcion is probably the last first-round logical guy.
You had Boston going already?
Yeah, I had Boston and Cooper. They're all gone unless they want to really reach for a Jeremy Bernard, who's a fine player, but that would be a pretty decent reach, I think, for at 29. 30, Dolphins. They get the Jalen Water trade. They already have their Downs. Sorry. And again, I ran into the same problem with the Chiefs. I want to give them someone on offense because, my God, Malik Willis is playing with, this is LeBron James right now. He's playing with nobody. You know, he doesn't even have Big Z.
Right.
He doesn't even have Ilgauskas to like lean on here. He's like really screwed. But there's no receivers, there's no tight ends, and there's no running backs. And the only guys are offensive linemen, and their offensive line isn't like in desperate need of a guy. So I went Avion Terrell.
I have them going Avion Terrell as well.
Hey, we connected on one at least.
We got a few.
31. Vrabel was seen at this guy's pro day. He was doing hands-on drills. I know Vrabel does that with everybody. Like that's not like he wasn't special. But they need offensive line help. I have Max Einacher from Arizona State. Look, Einacher, just to talk on him for a second, he didn't start playing football till he got to the JUCO level. So he's still very new to the sport. And like he actually looks really good in some technical areas. His feet look phenomenal. It's just that so there's some things with the hands and then there's just he needs experience. The best way to get better at offensive line is to play the position and to get reps and see different things and see how guys sequence rushes and blah blah blah. So I think that going to the Patriots, you could play him at tackle or you could kick him inside the guard. You could do whatever you wanted with him, and I feel like he would be pretty good at it.
Nice. I have them going Caleb Lomu, so still have him going tackle.
And at 32, Seahawks, right? DeMarcus Lawrence is flirted with retirement. Did he retire?
No,
he didn't. Right? No, I heard that he was thinking about it.
Maybe now he's got everything in his name now.
He's
got that ring.
But Boye Mafe left free agency, so they need someone to kind of help give them that twitchy pass rush guy. Cassius Howell, A&M. I think he'd be a hell of a pick there at 32 for them. That's great value, and I think that John Schneider can get his running back later in the draft.
Well, guess what? I got Cassius Howell as well. So
there's
good way to end that there.
There's our mock. We're going to go ahead and end it there. Again, show next week. I'm going to try to have old friend Zach Babb on the show to talk Stars playoffs. And then hopefully maybe we can see if we can get Zach Walchuk back on the show. Maybe either next week for more draft talk or we'll get him the week of the draft for draft talk. So we will see you guys.